evening. So today, I'm off a little bit of a stealth camp. I call it a stealth camp. We'll call it a highly discreet camp. I'm not going to get camouflaged up or anything, and I'm going to choose a location that I wouldn't normally choose today. I've had my eye on it for a little while, and it's a lot more open than I would usually choose, but it looks beautiful. That's why I'm doing it today, because it looks like such a lovely spot. And I know I haven't done any stealth camping videos with you guys, so I figured the first time I invite you along should be somewhere nice. Now, I've been using the spot for film on my other videos now for probably about 6 weeks or so, and I've been there for hours on a Saturday. And the best thing is, I've only ever seen somebody there once walking past, and that was in the distance. So it seems to be off the trail, and I've never seen so much as a piece of bent grass. So I figure no one's really using it, and there's no sign of litter, so that's always a really good sign. Now it's just after 7 o'clock, so it's a couple of hours before sunset. So the plan is, I'm just going to get over there, just kind of get tuned in and accustomed to what's going on at that location. Make sure there's no one about by being fairly still, fairly quietish. Maybe do a bit of chat, do a bit of talk. Then I'll set up when it's a bit darker and it's getting a bit later. Let's go over there. The only thing likely to spoil this today is that the mozzies are out in force. They're already everywhere. So I've covered myself from head to toe in insect repellent. I'm just hoping it's going to be enough. I've not brought a tent today or a mozzie net. I'm hoping to just get on the hammock, and hopefully with that tarp as well, maybe just lie on top so I can see what's going on, because it looks like it's going to be a clear night, so I might just risk it. Now if you can see the orange and blue thing, that's a portaloo, which is handy. The thing with the portaloo I need to be aware of is that means the army could be about, so this could turn into escape and evasion. I don't think it will. Usually when they're about, you know it, because they're doing exercises and you either see them or you can hear all the blanks and pyro going off. And I've been out the woods today. Well, I've been out the woods every day all week. There's been no sign of them, so I think that's left over from an earlier exercise that was here a few weeks ago. Now I'm just coming down a little track off the main track, and this actually borders on where I'm going to stay. So I'll show you where that is when we can get a view of it. It's pretty well screened here though. That's a good thing. Right, if you just see in the distance there's one beech tree in a whole forest of pine trees. And that's what we're going to get under, because it is really screened off from this side. You can't see it from this track, you can't see it from the top, and you can't see it from the bottom. It is open on either side, but it's pretty good. So I think tonight I'm going to get a hammock up between those two trees. And although it's open on this side, it's screened from all the others. I don't think anyone will walk this way, or certainly not very often. I've been here quite a lot and just not seen anybody. And the thing is, while I can get somewhere a lot more camouflaged and a lot more hidden away, this place is absolutely beautiful. So just give you a little spin around there. It's just a lovely place to be. And that's part of it, isn't it? It's not just about getting away with camping, it's about waking up somewhere beautiful. So I've just been visited by a couple of dogs, because there's a path just over this way. Now it's still early enough where people are out walking the dogs, and obviously it's still quite light. So I'm not going to set up any shelter yet, I'm just going to wait. And that's the beauty about coming to a location and just zoning in for a little bit, because you get to find out which direction people are coming from. Now the good thing about tomorrow is it's not going to be too sunny, because what I found is if it's a really hot day, if it gets above sort of 22, then people try and walk the dogs early, and if it's really hot they're out there till 6-7 o'clock in the morning. So hopefully I will have that tomorrow, because it's only about 22 degrees. I'm just going to chill out now, wait a bit, get some food on later. No fires tonight. And that's kind of one of the funny things actually with sort of why I've not done these kind of stealth camping videos, is because when I do a stealth camping, or we'll call it a discreet camping because I'm not that stealthy today, I don't have my torches going, I don't have a steak cooking in the woods that's going to give you away, which probably makes for a really boring video. But you know, boring can be good sometimes. Sometimes you just want to come out, chill out, enjoy the outdoors, just enjoy all this, not have any drama. That's kind of what I'm all about really, not having any drama. So I'm dressed today, jacket and trousers in coyote brown, and this is a fantastic colour, I think. I mean, even though it's summer, I think it still blends in pretty well, and in autumn you're almost invisible, but you're not kind of camouflaged, you don't stand out as much. Now, I don't normally wear both coyote trousers and a jacket because I think it looks a bit much. I usually try and mix it up a bit and have one green and one coyote. But today I wanted to wear my most comfortable jacket and most comfortable trousers because I'm not planning on getting undressed. I'm just going to sleep in my clothes, and I'll just have like a sleeping bag maybe on top of me if I need it. And these are by far my most comfortable trousers now. These were sent to me by a company called Hardwell, and these are their tactical ripstop trousers. And these are absolutely fantastic. I really, really love these things. They're just like really baggy, really airy. And the reason I wanted to wear them tonight was, apart from them being comfortable, they've also got a really thick material, and it's quite dense as well. So that's going to keep all the mosquitoes at bay. Any bitey things, they won't be able to get through these. So that's why I've got this. And obviously the Pilgrim, if you know it, is a big floppy jacket. So that's really comfy as well. So yeah, just got to chill out now. Let things quieten down. It's quite nice to get out tonight actually, and just have a bit of a think and a bit of space. Going through a bit of a funny time in work at the minute. I've just finished on one account that I'm not allowed to talk about, to go and work potentially on another account that I'm not allowed to talk about, doing things I also can't talk about. So yeah, makes for a really interesting conversation, that does. But I'm kind of at the stage in my career where I can kind of go forwards, and I can, I'm getting offers for other jobs that are kind of paying considerably more, like 25-30 grand more pay bump, which a lot of people would jump at, and I can understand that. But I'm in that situation where I'm already doing all right, to be fair. I'm not, we're not struggling for money, bills are paid, don't really worry about money at all. And at the minute, I get to work from home pretty much 5 days a week, which I love. It's brilliant because I can get out with the dogs. I'm out here every day in this. And I've got that perfect blend between, I've got enough money coming in, but enough responsibilities and stress that I can kind of, I can have a really good kind of family work-life relationship, good balance, should I say. And that's what I want to keep. So when these other companies are reaching out to me and sort of trying to poach me, I'm just saying no at the minute. But a lot of it was because I just finished my account. I have to go onto this other account. There's always a chance that when you go change accounts, when you're in a consultancy firm like I am, that things change a lot. But I spoke to the guys today and said, look, I'm not really up for working on site so many days a week, and they seem to have accepted it. So I'll just have to stay a bit low and a bit quiet because there's a gang of teenagers over that way. I don't think they know where I am. I don't think they know I'm here, but they're being really noisy, which isn't really the best sign when you're out camping. So I'll just keep fairly low here and hope they move on. I won't set up my shelter until they've gone. But meanwhile, meatballs and pasta. It's hot actually. Let's tuck into this. There's something about eating outside, isn't there? When you cook hot food outside, it always tastes so much better. Well, I haven't seen or heard anyone for a while now, so I think I'll just think about getting my shelter up. This is always a funny time to kind of judge because you leave it too late, you've got to use a torch, which you don't want to do. If you leave it too early, then obviously people can wander past and see you. But I think we should be good now. Well, I'm not going to lie, that was a bit of a disaster. It was meant to be really dry tonight and tomorrow, and there wasn't a cloud in the sky when I set out. So the plan was I was going to sleep out under the stars and not have any tarp at all. Got my hammock up, got that all ready, did a bit of filming, and all of a sudden the heavens just opened. Didn't even see the clouds come in. So I'm a little bit damp, and this is what I'm sleeping in. Everything is a bit damp, and I've just had to very hastily put the tarp up, so it's not the best. Hopefully it'll do. But it's getting a bit dark now, so I'm going to be true to myself, turn the lights out, and I'll see you in the morning. Right, so that didn't go to plan. Just been woken up to gunfire, and me and the army are using the area. So I need to bug out because I'm not really meant to be here. But more than that, I don't want to disturb their training. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my way out, and I'm going to turn white lights on so they know it's a civilian. And I'm not going to be discreet at all. I'm going to use a really bright torch, and that way they'll know it's a civilian. They won't open fire on me. There's no live fire here. I don't need to worry about that. It's only blank firing, but I don't want to interrupt their training, if that makes sense. So I'm going to use the discretion, better part of valor. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll talk more when I can get back to a safer area. Yeah, so that was unexpected. I was quite happily dozing away, and I woke up to shouts and automatic gunfire. And obviously they are using the area today, and they are training. Now technically I'm not really meant to be here. It seems like there's a lot of rules here that no one really follows, but I don't want to be the person that gets caught. So what I had to do was very quickly bug out, got my shelters, got the tarp down, got my hammock down, did all that in the dark. And that was okay because I knew where they were at that point and they were some distance off. And then what I did then was I made my way to a path where I still knew where they were, and then switched the white lights on, go into civilian mode, really bright lights, bumble along the forest like any other person, and then they know that it is a civilian. They're not going to open fire on me. I thought that they would open fire with live rounds, only blanks. They don't do any live fire in this forest, but I don't want to interrupt their training. So yeah, pretty interesting end to the night. The title of this was going to be a stealth camp. Nothing happened, and actually no, we ended up with escape and evasion. So a bit different. Not what I was expecting at all. I was just hoping for a peaceful night, but at least I'm not too far from home. So I'm just going to head back, get into bed, and my wife can laugh at me because I never made it through the night. I'll see you next time.